No, this isn't the one you're thinking of. This is Bulkhead, a crazy old Autobot from Transformers Energon. His command class figure was released in 2004 and comes packaged with a weapon drone of sorts. Bearing a certain resemblance to Ed 209 from RoboCop, it features lights and sounds, though we will not experience these as the batteries have been removed. In addition to that gimmick, it also has fairly good articulation with its legs, so as to be able to walk around or stop and function as a sort of weapon emplacement. Bulkhead himself is an interesting example of what was possible in Energon. Yes, he has a gimmicky spinning blade and oversized missile launchers on his skirt armor, but he's also amazingly well articulated, even having some limited ankle tilt. He also has significant paint, but it is not exactly doing much. Articulation is made up almost exclusively with ratchet joints. This makes posing as much of an audio experience as a physical one. But yes, he is a large and chunky figure, par for the course during the early 2000s, but far rarer nowadays thanks to inflation, rising costs, and good old-fashioned greed. It should be mentioned that the spinning blades can be put into his back, and as stated before, the missiles can also be fired. Moving on, we have this part of the line's unique feature. The robot can be combined with the drone to create a sort of brute mode. In this time of Energon, all Autobots featured some form of combining gimmick, and these red circled ones had this. The drone now functions as an extra set of oversized arms and cannons, giving Bulkhead more physical power and firepower. This is how he fits into my combiner theme, in case you dared to question me. But let us remove this drone and move on to transformation. This is a relatively simple process, but one that still provides satisfaction, and uses techniques that are not seen very often anymore. Though through it all, I suppose it's primarily a robot just folding themselves in half to create their vehicle mode. That of an attack helicopter resembling an Apache. One that has traded in their dark military colors for neon green and bright orange. But it does certainly have some fun gimmicks to it. Pressing on the rear landing gear activates the spinning rotor, and the missile launchers are still functional in this form, allowing him to fire off all 4 of his missiles. Overall, it's a fine helicopter, and about what one would expect from the time frame, but it can do so much more. Like the robot mode, the drone can be attached and provide additional speed and firepower. Here, it functions as a sort of weapon and thruster pack that attaches to the underside of the vehicle. It's not the prettiest form in the world, but it certainly gets the job done. One could even make the vehicle mode walk if they truly wanted to. Overall, this is an excellent combiner, and a good example of what Energon could offer. If you have a chance to handle one, I demand you do so. You can thank me later. Grovel at my feet, perhaps.